And we are live from the campus of Tuskegee University, the number 3 HBCU in the nation, one of the most beautiful campuses in all of HBCU athletics and academics. And we're inside the Chappie James Center on the campus of Tuskegee University, which means it's time for Golden Tigers basketball, and you're watching it live on the Golden Tigers Sports Network on a Saturday afternoon where the Golden Tigers host the Badgers of Spring Hill. We'll have women's action first, where the number 2 team in the West, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they meet the number 6 seed out of the West, the Badgers of Spring Hill. Glad you could join us for our coverage here inside Chappie James. Charles Ward alongside Mark Lassiter as usual. And Mark, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, we were hoping that they were coming into this ball game with 11 straight wins, but defeated by Central State a couple of days ago, so they're looking to rebound after a 10-game win streak.
That's okay. Tuskegee coming off a strong finish to the season. They like nothing better than to finish strong this afternoon against Spring Hill, who has actually lost 11 of their last 13.
Indeed, but it's a team that the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they faced once in the regular season, got by about 6 points in that ball game. So a team that for the Golden Tigers causes them problems based upon how they play the floor. Most of their offense goes through one person, but that creates the space on the inside for the taller players for Spring Hill.
The thing I find intriguing about Spring Hill also, Charles, they have 4 players from outside the United States. Their style is very varied. They've got some size. They've got some penetrators. So they should create some interesting issues for Tuskegee's team.
The Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, this is senior day here for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. We'll be recognizing 7 seniors on that Golden Tiger squad. Really a testament to how Coach Wester really is going about building this program. Last year had a lot of players that left the program. She decided to go the route in terms of veteran players coming into Tuskegee.
You think of the mix of veterans. There are 3 graduate students on this team as well as the seniors. You have some underclassmen coming up behind. So there's a nice mix, a nice balance in experience and young talent on this Tuskegee squad.
They'll be saying goodbye to 7 of them today. We'll meet those in postgame, but they have been instrumental to this push by Tuskegee in a season where they're finished right now number 2 in the West, still with a chance to take that number 1 spot. They'll need a little bit of help from the Golden Bears of Miles College. We'll talk about this as the day unfolds here in Chappie James. But a big day for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee right now, number 2 in the West. Gives us a chance to take a look at the standings here for the women inside the SIAC. We'll turn our attention to the West side first, because that's where we're most concerned at this point. Tuskegee at number 2, Golden Bears at number 1. I think the Golden Bears have Lane this afternoon in a ball game which could go either way, and if Tuskegee is able to get some help from the Lady Dragons of Lane, they will claim that number 1 spot in the West.
Well, you know the challenge is to not scoreboard watch if you're a player or coach. Right. You want to handle your business this afternoon against Spring Hill, but Tuskegee is in a prime spot to go into the tournament in a great position.
And we should say that if they are number 1, then they won't play in the first round, which is the play-in round. They'll have a bye there, and then they'll pick up on Wednesday in competition play in Atlanta inside of the Forum at Morehouse College or Forbes Arena. But if they are forced to get into a play-in ball game, it'll be played right here at Chappie James, and it'll be played on next Saturday. So Tuskegee with a lot this afternoon on the line.
And the only question is, will we be here next Saturday? Because going into the tournament, the momentum that this Tuskegee team has exhibited over the last month has really been incredible. I watched their energy during pregame warm-ups. They're fired up and they're ready to go.
We're fired up. We're ready to go. Basketball's just ahead on GTSN. Stay with us. Tip-off's next.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities. Healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery, elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes. Utilities Board of Tuskegee. Purpose, progress, people.
And welcome back, everybody, inside the Alabama Department of Public Health pregame show. Golden Tigers getting set to host the Lady Badgers at Spring Hill in women's action. We're live from Chappie, James. And Mark, as we get set the stage for this rematch between these teams during the course of the regular season. No question about it, for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they are led by two of the graduating players from this program. But with Brittany Boland and Helani Cantone, that's a handful for any team to try to match up with.
Boland brings leadership outside offense. Cantone just brings leadership from an overall standpoint, where she's the player that coaches can trust to run the defense.
Brittany Boland and Helani Cantone, leaders for that Golden Tiger squad. But of course, you can't forget the play of Jasmine Manuel on the inside. And LaDasia Hughley, one of the leaders on that team in steals. She has got that one gear that she stays in the entire ball game. Sometimes gets ahead of herself, but is a spark plug for the Golden Tigers nonetheless.
You make a great point, because sometimes LaDasia Hughley will go into fifth gear. She can go into that spot where she's just a little bit on the edge of out of control, but she has been a tremendous spark plug for this team all season. And if she can maintain that pace throughout the game, it's a great advantage for Tuskegee's women team.
Had a chance to talk to Coach Wester prior to the ball game today, and she is just so thrilled by the support that she's gotten for her cast of people who don't start under 5. But you think about Alexandria Johnson, that number 6 player for them at the guard position. She has added a spark as it relates to her offensive play and lately of her defensive effort. Sanae Bobbitt leads the team in three-point shooting. So a cadre of players for Coach Wester that really sets the stage for them to do extremely well, not only in finishing up these last 2 ball games of the regular season, but as we look toward the tournament.
The thing I love about Tuskegee's team, they'll go 10 deep, and they'll go deep early. You'll watch this team, say midway through the first quarter, you'll see fresh players substituted very frequently in and out of this game.
They'll meet the Badgers of Spring Hill. Of course, they're led by Kellen Hunter, her all-purpose guard out front for Coach Pressel and the Badgers of Spring Hill. It'll be important for the Golden Tigers to keep a tight lid on Hunter in today's ball game. Step out for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups, and just a few minutes away from the tip-off between the Golden Tigers and the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Stay with us on GTSN.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Tuskegee Nation, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Alabama. We are back live here inside Chappie, James, as the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee get set to meet the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill College. Badgers of Spring Hill 7-17 overall and 5-11 in the SIAC. Right now 6th in the West with just a couple ball games left on their schedule. And the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee 15-9 and 12-5 in the SIAC. As recently as early last week, they were number 1 in the West, but lost to Central State over the weekend and fell back to number 2. So they are number 2 in the West as they come in to this afternoon's ball game. Let's take a look at our TNT fireworks starting lineups here inside Chappie James. For the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, as you see Hunter, Severe, Duda, Valles, and Garrido. It's Duda, the senior. You referenced, Mark, you got a couple of players international. Duda from Poland. She is one of the mainstays for them. Averages 8.4 points per ball game for Duda and the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. They're coached by Dan Pressel. He's in his second year. For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, a familiar lineup for Coach Wester and the Golden Tigers. Hughley, Cantone, Holmes, Boland, and Manuel the 5. Alani Cantone has just been out on a tear the last few ball games for the Golden Tigers. She had 20 points plus in the ball game against Kentucky State a couple of ball games ago. Last ball game, 7 points and 5 rebounds, and she'll be looking to rebound from that last time they played, just 6 points and 2 rebounds, along with Brittany Boland. Boland right now being asked to step up and distribute that basketball a lot more than normal for the Golden Tigers, but Brittany always a major force for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They meet the Badgers of Spring Hill. Last time they met was early February. Tuskegee won that one at the Outlaw Center at Spring Hill, winning that ball game 59-55.
Talking about Spring Hill and mentioning Duda, in their last win against Central State, Marta Duda had her 5th double-double of the season with 14 points, 15 rebounds. Severe had 11 points and 3 three-pointers, a player to watch.
As we talk about that Lady Badgers program, Kellen Hunter, the sophomore, she's from Mobile, but she really leads that team. Leads them in scoring with 13.7 per ball game. Also leads them in assists with 3 per ball game, a total of 63 on the season. She's second in the conference there, so the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee are going to look to shut Hunter down to prevent her from getting inside the paint to distribute that basketball.
Kellen Hunter, watching her during warm-ups, really quick off the ball and on the dribble.
Officials for this afternoon's ball game: Titus Matthews, Renisha Smith, and Tony Cochran, the crew that's handling the call here inside Chappie James on a Saturday afternoon. Glad you could join us for our coverage on GTSN. Series between these teams, 21st meeting since 2015. Tuskegee with a slight 12-8 lead as Duda jumps against Holmes, and the tap's controlled by the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, and we're underway first quarter action. Tuskegee jumping into that early zone, Mark, to try to see if they can't start by nullifying Hunter or her penetration on the inside. Duda with the first offering of the ball game, missed inside the paint. Hughley, the senior from Opelika, she'll be recognized in the postgame on senior day here as Alexandria Johnson handles off front. Sine Bobbitt in the starting lineup this afternoon. Jasmine Manuel notably out of the lineup as Sine starts. On a turn, Alexandria got some space, and AJ with the first field goal of the ball game for Tuskegee.
Excellent cut off the pick for that last open jumper for Tuskegee.
Backcourt pressure by TU. Nas Garrido handles in the backcourt. Across the floor, the Badgers go to Hunter. Hunter left side, inside the paint and back out. Duda with it left side. Now on the turn, it's a Severe with it. Nice step by her right side. Missed on a jump shot there, though.
Watching Duda during pregame warm-ups, her release point on her jumper is very low. If Tuskegee can woman up and get close to her on her jumper, they could be in space to get a few blocks.
Hughley with it just in front of the Badger bench. Lost her dribble left side to Johnson. Now down at the block, Sine. She'll work it back up top. Boland. Double B with a jumper from out front. The rimmer front of the iron, but Duda clears for Spring Hill. Duda with 8.4 rebounds per outing. Second in the conference in terms of rebounds. Left side, Garrido now. Lead behind. Duda pushes a 3. Knocks it down for the Badgers of Spring Hill.
Cian Holmes a little bit late getting a hand up on Duda, who was shooting from the left side. Had a good look.
Duda with her first field goal of the ball game. 34% from behind the arc. Right side, Johnson to the rack, but she left it short of the cylinder. Duda clears another rebound for Spring Hill. Last time these teams met in early February, it was a shooter's ball game. Tuskegee shot at 50%. Spring Hill even better at 52% from the floor. Jumper inside the paint. That one's off by Valles. And a rebound to Cyan Holmes. LaDeja, right side up top, Cyan. Thought about a 3, gives it to the 3-point specialist, Boland. She'll push left side to Johnson. 7:23 left for first period of play. Spring Hill with a 3-2 lead. 13 to shoot for Tuskegee. Hughley for 3 in the corner. Front of the iron there. And the rebound to Sevier.
One thing you notice early, Charles, both teams playing at a very similar pace, not quite on tempo, getting into their half-court offenses early, though. They're really very similar in rhythm.
Hunter out front for Spring Hill. She'll try to work it right side. Now back to her left, got some space with a jumper, missed on the shot. Cyan with another rebound down low for Tuskegee. Hughley. Back to her right on the turn, it's Bolden. Bobbitt for 3, Sine, good look, missed on the shot though. The rebound, Hunter, the sophomore from Mobile. She'll push it across the timeline right side for Spring Hill. Vallis, left side, it's Sevier. 15 shoot for Spring Hill. They try to dump it down low. Good anticipation by Cyan. Holmes for Tuskegee at the block to knock it out of bounds.
As you mentioned, excellent overplay by Holmes on that pass, getting off the left shoulder and getting it hand on the ball and knock it out of bounds.
Golden Tigers defensively, they are first in the conference in defensive scoring and 14th in the nation in that category. Hunter with 8 to shoot. Now backpedals behind the three-point arc with 6. Now on the turn, it's Garrido with the basketball. Runner inside the paint. She banked it, but she missed on the shot. Rebound chased down at the block by Bolin.
Garrido has an excellent change of speed. Got inside, just couldn't make the layup.
Hughley on a lead behind, but she left it over to the Badgers of Spring Hill on the turnover. Here comes Hunter, left side on Bolin. Across the floor, out front for 3, Sevier. Front of the iron and over the top, basketball to TU.
Sevier was open at the top of the arc. They also had Garrido down in the corner. Garrido from Barcelona, Spain, one of those Globetrotter players for Spring Hill.
Golden Tigers defensively also first in the SIAC in field goal percentage defense and 14th in the nation in that category as well. They come in 3rd in the SIAC in three-point defense work as well. Half-court set for Tuskegee. They trail by a point. Johnson with the jumper. Not anymore. AJ with her second field goal of the first half.
Alexandra Johnson. Excellent job of working off the pick, but so quick off the pick to get space.
Back the other way. Sevier with it. Fell down. That should have been a traveling call there. No call there. She fell to the surface. Hunter for 3, and Hunter with the extra effort there to get that basketball in her hand. She gets her first field goal of the ball game. Hunter 13.7 points per contest. Tuskegee trails 6-4. In the corner, Bobbitt. Sine squares. She's on the move now. Turns inside the paint. Can't get the shot airborne. Goes back out to LaDeja. And we go on to 9 to shoot for Tuskegee in the half-court set. 5 to shoot. LaDeja right side. Nice cross dribble by her underneath the defense. Missed on the shot down low, though. Garrido clears for the Lady Badgers. Over to Hunter across the timeline. She'll come across with 4:37 left first half, and the Badgers leading 6-4. Duda working on Holmes to the rack, and Marta converts that field goal for the Badgers on the inside.
Duda with the posting and toasting that time. Excellent footwork. Placing one side, faking, going to the other.
8-4 lead for Spring Hill. Last time they met, there was only 1 lead change and 1 tie. So early in that ball game, Tuskegee got a lead and never relented. But they'll turn it over on this half-court set, and the basketball back to Spring Hill. Alani Cantone getting set to check in, but she will do it after our first media timeout here inside. Chappie James comes with 4:14 left, first period of play, and the Badgers with an 8-4 lead. More basketball ahead on GTSN.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Golden Tiger fans, I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the SIAC, and this is Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Hill with an 8-4 lead right now. Badgers 3 of 9 shooting from the floor. Tuskegee 2 conversions.
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights.
Hunter half court set for Spring Hill now. They work it down in the corner to Duda. Samaya Mackin out on the floor for Coach Wester in Tuskegee. So is Helani Cantone for the first time in this ball game. Jasmine Manuel out on the floor as well. Those were the 5 that we thought would start in the contest, but they're coming off the bench here with 4:14 left. Now down to 3:48. Half court set for Tuskegee after a missed shot by the Badgers on their end of the floor. Cantone slides the paint. Whistles there. She's fouled by Garrido, who was covering or trailing that play. She'll pick up her first.
Cantone was working off the pick by Macklin, trying to work a little bit of two-woman basketball inside. Took the choice of taking it herself inside. But the interesting matchup is going to be watch Kellen Hunter and LaDeja Hewley.
Whistles on the inbound play. Official Tony Cochran may have detected a little bit of blood there on one of the Badger players. I think they're sending her to the bench. It's Lori Sevier.
The reason I mentioned that matchup, Charles, Hunter's 5'4", Hewley 5'5", both exceptionally quick players off the dribble.
And you look at LaDeja Hughley out on the floor. Yeah, you're right. Hunter with a little bit of advantage as it relates to height, but both of them the smallest players on the floor. Far side of the floor. Tuskegee will inbound the basketball. Coach Pressel now for the Lady Badgers. Trying to find a sub into the lineup. I think he got somebody in there already. Went with Madison Dowling, the junior from Gulf Shores, Alabama, in the lineup. So Hughley out front now for Tuskegee. She'll slide right side. 10 to shoot. LaDeja lead behind for Bowling. Brittany trying to create some space now. 6 to shoot. Gives it back to Jasmine. 3 to shoot. Gotta hurry here. Got it airborne and knocked it down for Tuskegee. Only 2 on the basket by Double B, but her first field goal of the ball game.
Bowling with a great shot. It was excellent defense by Garrido on 2 players playing off the switch.
Bowling with the basket makes it 8-6. Tuskegee trails by 2. Popping out for the basketball is Garrido, and a whistle on the inside. Mackin trying to square up against Duda on the inside, and they'll get some Maya for her first.
Yeah, I enjoy watching players doing warm-ups. I thought that one of the leading players, Duda, might be a leader, but I think Garrido is the vocal leader of this squad for Spring Hill.
She will inbound it left of their cylinder. Got it in play to Dowling on the inside over Jasmine. They'll try to push it down in the corner and tapped out of bounds by that TU defense. Claudia, the senior, as you referenced, from Barcelona, 8.4 points per ball game, 14 points in their loss to Kentucky State. Last time they met, she had 10 against Tuskegee. Hunter behind the arc, left side. That matchup you talked about, she and Hughley. Now give it to Garrido. Garrido's bumped on the inside. Manuel trying to catch up and square her up on the inside. Didn't get there quick enough. So Jasmine picks up her first. 2:48 left in this quick-moving first quarter of play.
There are some players that walk on the court, Charles, and they just exude leadership. Garrido is one of those players. You can tell how her teammates rally around her. And this is that first free throw, but it's not the scoring that she brings. It's that intangible leadership.
As you referenced, missed on the first. Badgers on the season, second in the conference from the free throw line at 71% shooting. Garrido at 76 from the line. Got 1 of 2 that trip. Gets her first points of the ball game. 2:50 remains first period. Tuskegee trails 9-6.
Tuskegee's had good looks, just haven't been able to get the shots to fall so far.
Right now, 3 of 8 shooting from the floor. Cantone with the basketball out front. She's guarded by Tania Smith, the junior from Daphne, Alabama. Missed on a shot on the inside. Jasmine got a rebound.
Got hacked on her left elbow. She's really favoring that coming out of that last scrum.
Yeah, clutched that immediately after she got the rebound and the attempted putback. Might be that proverbial funny bone, but we'll take a look at it on the replay on the inside.
Look at the heavy traffic inside as well.
Yeah, you see Garrido coming up under that play. I think they may have just bumped elbows there, and you get it in that one spot where you just kind of lose all the feeling there for a second or two.
As a result, Garrido goes to the bench.
And that's her second personal. Jasmine at the line to shoot 2. She got the first. Jasmine, 74% free throw shooter, 6th in the SIAC. Knocked them both down from the line that trip.
Excellent form on that free throw shot. Great rotation, nothing but net.
Full court pressure by the Golden Tigers now. In the backcourt with the basketball is Jaleisha Mann, the senior from Decatur, Georgia. And she'll handle out front, left side with the pass to Smith. Smith works on Cantone, lost her dribble. Back out front, Duda pushes for 3, missed on the shot. Good square out down low there by Cantone. Basketball to Hughley, bounce pass up the floor, dangerous pass, but it got into Mackin somehow. Samaya to the rack and got the spinner left side.
With the left hand, and also got smacked on the side of the face. She's favoring that left eye as she goes back up court.
Tuskegee with a 10-9 lead after the basket by Samaya. The junior from Columbus, Georgia. Half-court set for the Lady Badgers. Left side man with the basketball. She'll push it and trapped in the double there. Pushes back up front to Hunter. 10 to shoot. Hughley guarding Hunter. 7 to shoot now. Across the floor they go to Smith. Now 3 to shoot. She'll fire. Tried to bank it. Missed there. Jasmine clears the rebound for TU. Outlet pass, double B. Left side Cantone. Alani squares just in front of the Badger bench. 1:25 left, first period of play. Boland back to Cantone. Mackin trying to set a screen up top. Across the paint, runner by Cantone, missed on the shot. Duder clears inside for the Lady Badgers.
Even though Cantone missed the shot, the thing you got to love about her game, she plays with her head up at all times.
66 seconds left, first period of play. Tuskegee by a point. Half court set at the block. Duda swings it across the floor. Nicely done by them down low, and they got free on the inside. Dowling, and Dowling with her first points. And the Badgers claim a lead with less than a minute remaining first period. Cantone, nice cross dribble there in the corner. Nowhere to go. Got the jumper. Spinner missed on it down in the left corner. Hunter across the timeline now for Spring Hill. They lead 11-10. 33 seconds left in the first. Hunter with a jumper. Front iron missed. Boland with the run out for Tuskegee. 3-on-2 basketball. Hughley right side underneath on the lead behind. Got it to Cantone. Alani left side in the corner back to LaDeja with 18 seconds left first half.
Hughley had the right idea on the break, just made the pass a little bit late.
Cantone to the glass, got it to fall at the front of the cylinder, her first field goal.
The graduate student to the rescue.
Makes it 12-11 with the basket. 4 seconds left first period. Across the timeline, Smith got it airborne before the buzzer, missed on the shot. So at the end of the first period, Tuskegee leads it 12-11. And one of the reasons they're able to lead going into the break, if you take a look at Cantone there inside the paint, never picked her up. She went right to the rack and got the lay-in.
It was a very subtle look that Cantone gave to her left before she decided to take it to the rim herself.
The look away makes it 12-11. Tuskegee with the lead. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
12-11. Back out on the floor for the Lady Badgers, Lori Severe. She was left that first half period of play to the sideline. We see her back there with a bandaged right knee as play begins in this second period. AJ back out on the floor, back out to Cyan on a weave. Now Cantone handles up top. Bobbitt with it. And now Cantone, 8 to shoot, back to Sine. She squares for 3, can't get it airborne. Now behind the back, all the way to the rack underneath with a reverse lee and missed on the shot. Rebound, Cantone, they got a reset, and Cantone missed on the inside. Bobbitt did everything, but that basketball didn't cooperate with her underneath.
Bobbitt got deep. Ball just hit off the back of the rim and bounced out.
That one looked to be all the way down in the cylinder and bounced out. Half-court set for the Badgers now. Just underway, second period of action. Hunter with a three-pointer, front iron on the shot. Johnson with the rebound for Tuskegee. AJ across the timeline now. Slides to the paint. Right side, Cantone whistles on the play. Halani guilty of the travel violation.
Tuskegee appears to try to be going a little more up-tempo to start this second quarter than they were to start the ball game.
9 minutes remains in this first half of play. Tuskegee with a 12-11 lead. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee 5 of 15 shooting from the floor. Badgers at 4 of 16. That's 25% for them and 33% for Tuskegee. Half court set now. Right side, Vallis handles. Gives it to Hunter. Vallis on the move. Right side. Bobbitt catching up defensively. 10 to shoot now for Spring Hill. Severe with it. And works it left side. Duda. 6 to shoot in traffic, and they throw the basketball away. There's that #1 defense for the Golden Tigers peeking its head here. Cantone right side, lost it on the floor, and now it's loose. Hunter dives for it. AJ's on the floor. She ties up Garrido. They'll go to the arrow, and it'll belong to the Badgers of Spring Hill.
2 quick points. Tuskegee did an excellent job of overplaying Garrido as she was trying to dart inside, picking up the steal. Second point, Cantone unusually a little bit out of control on that last sequence. She's got to get to a point where she can make the pass where the receiver can handle it.
Basketball over the Badgers. Third turnover this first half for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Hunter, foul line extended, got some space, leans back with the jumper, off balance, missed on the shot. Boland with the rebound for Tuskegee. Lost it out front, but over to Bobbitt. 8 minutes left, first half of play. Tuskegee with one more ball game remaining on its scheduled regular season. That's Monday night in Memphis from the morning on. We'll be there with the coverage on GTSN. 8 to shoot. Boland between the legs, right side in the corner, back up Bobbitt. 3 for 3. Sine missed on the shot. Garrido clears backside for the Badgers.
Tuskegee's got to be feeling, Charles, like they're scrimmaging against themselves because Spring Hill's defense is very aggressive in a similar fashion to Tuskegee's.
They played to a 59-55 ball game last time they met. Not a lot of space between these teams. On the move is Severe. Top of the key with 10 to shoot. Good defensive work by Alexandria Johnson. Severe forced that one right side. Cantone backside rebound.
To your point, we may have an exceptionally low-scoring ball game as a result of this defense.
On a turn, Boland on Hunter. Brittany forced to push it back out front to Johnson. Not able to take advantage of a slight height advantage inside. Tuskegee with 13 to shoot now. Cantone guarded by Severe. Across the floor to Bobbitt. 7 to shoot. Boland calling for a screen. Hunter, aggressive defense. Double B back up top. Holmes before the buzzer. Missed on the shot.
Both teams doing an excellent job on switches on defense. They're talking, they're moving their feet, they're getting in position for steals as Tuskegee picks up one.
They come back the other way. Johnson with the basketball across the timeline. Garrido will pick her up there. One-on-one right side. Now back up top. They try to dump it down low, and Marker anticipates that, and Duda comes away with a steal. So back-to-back turnovers sends it back in the direction in which it started. Hunter with a three-pointer, missed there, and now we head back the other way. Johnson across the timeline, didn't have the numbers there, so she pulls back out. Double B behind the arc, steps in between with the jumper and knocked it down for Tuskegee.
One of the few open looks that Tuskegee's been able to get on the jump shot.
Double B there saw that when she was behind the arc, when she had that basketball, saw some space there, took a couple of steps on the inside, got it to advantage, her second field goal of this ball game, and Tuskegee takes a 14-11 lead after that timeout that basket by Boland.
What's going to be interesting, Charles, is to watch how Tuskegee adjusts to the double teams that Spring Hill is bringing. Last play off the dribble. searching space, and as you mentioned, off the dribble to get a few feet closer, nothing but net.
First team all-conference player Brittany Boland. She's one of the 7 seniors for Coach Wester. She'll be recognized in the post-game of this contest. We'll have both the women and men being recognized, the seniors for the team, as we take a look at the numbers in this first half of play with 6 minutes remaining in it.
Spring Hill only shooting 21% from the field. The other number at the bottom, 5 turnovers for Tuskegee with 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Something they definitely want to have to correct.
Golden Tigers averaging right at 17 turnovers per ball game. What's interesting for them, though, they are 63rd in the nation in forcing turnovers against their opponents. So they try to balance out what they do offensively with what they do defensively in terms of turnovers. They lead it right now 14-11 over the Badgers of Spring Hill. Tuskegee back in action on Monday. The Badgers of Spring Hill, they play on Wednesday. Tuskegee plays Lemoyne on Monday and in Memphis. And then the Badgers will meet Lemoyne on Wednesday of next week and Memphis, Tennessee. After the timeout, Garrido down at the block. They push it back up top. Jumper out front by Mann. Got a look, missed on the shot. Alexandria had it, but she lost it to Garrido. Now she had it tapped on the inside. Hughley comes away with it for Tuskegee. LaDeja up top, Jasmine. Jasmine on the move now. Tried to get it in the corner to Brianna Glaze, who's out on the floor. Mackin with the jumper instead. And the lefty with her second field goal of this basketball game.
I like how Shemaya Macklin just took her time, got balanced, made the shot.
That'll make it 16-11 after that field goal. 5 minutes, 15 seconds left first half. Garrido behind the back and left side, got some space, squares for 3, creased the front of the iron. Hughley clears for TU. LaDeja with the quick step down at the block. Jasmine Duda catches up there, but Jasmine to the rack, and she's fouled by Duda. So Manuel to the line to shoot for TU.
Every time LaDeja Hughley gets the ball in the backcourt, she's looking to push, and that's something that she's done all season long, setting the tempo for this Tuskegee offense to get on track early.
Jasmine back to the line, converted on her first 2 free throws in this first half of play. 6th in the SIAC from the free throw line at 74%. She'll have 2 here with less than 5 minutes remaining first half. Tuskegee with a 16-11 lead over Spring Hill. Jasmine again on that first free throw is good. You talk about her rotation from that free throw line. We have a good look here from just behind the backboard on that effort by her from the line. And this time, just as we show it, of course, she missed. 17-11, TU leads. Jasmine now with 3 points in this first half. Man out front for the Badgers of Spring Hill. Left side, Garrido. Glaze guarding defensively. In the corner now. They work it. Sevier with the basketball. She'll take a long-range 3, and Sevier knocked it down for the Badgers. Her first field goal of the ball game makes it 17-14. Hughley works it out front. Glaze handles. Now left side, Alexandria. 13 to shoot. Hughley right side, Glaze. Brianna with the jumper in the corner, missed there, but she's a nice follow by her. Brianna to the rack, no whistle down low. She goes to the surface, but the basketball back the other way for the Badgers of Spring Hill.
A lot of contact inside. Give credit to Glaze following her shot, as you mentioned, and getting a rebound.
Down at the block on the turn. This is Vallis, but she missed. Backside rebound to Jasmine Manuel. Jasmine, 13th in the SIAC, 6.5 rebounds per outing she averages for Tuskegee. 3:44 left in this first half. Hughley all the way through and pushes back the AJ just in front of the Badger bench. 2 field goals in the first half for Alexandria. Now to give it to Glaze. Now at the block to go to Jasmine. Jasmine hard push. Overshot the cylinder on that shot. Backside rebound to Mann and Spring Hill. 3:23 left first half. Tuskegee leads by 3. Sevier with it out front. Hit a 3-pointer last time. She'll fire again. This time creased the rim. Glaze got the rebound. Run out to LaDeja. Hughley lost it off of her right leg, and the basketball back over to Spring Hill.
Hughley looking to go one-on-one, just a little bit out of control that time, as you called it, dribbling off her right knee out of bounds. Tuskegee has got to be thinking of how to get in sync offensively, get players to spots where they can just take open shots.
Nicole Blanche, the junior from Sarasota, Florida, out on the floor now for Coach Pressel and the Lady Badgers. So she and Jalissa Mann will handle the basketball. With 3 minutes left first half, Mann comes across the timeline. Tuskegee leads by 3, 17-14. Hunter with it just in front of the Tuskegee bench. Slipping on the defense is Hughley, and thinking maybe Hughley hitting to the floor was the fact that Hunter may have put it there, and they'll get Hunter for the foul.
LaDeja Hughley, very aggressive, fighting off over that pick. One thing you noticed last time down the court for Tuskegee, Shemaya Macklin trying to do a similar thing, has to feel contact on that pick before she rolls too early to the hoop.
Under 3 left here in the first half. Tuskegee with a 17-14 lead and the basketball. Right side, Boland got some space. Double B with the jumper, missed on it that time on the turn. Rebound, Badgers, outlet pass, Mann, right side, bounce pass in traffic at the block and a whistle down low. Dowling just ahead of the field there. She's fouled. She'll be at the line shooting.
Good recovery by Boland, who was racing back up court.
They'll get Boland for the personal. That's her first. And Madison Dowling, the junior from Gulf Shores, Alabama, at the line to shoot for Spring Hill. 32 of 50 from the line for Dowling. And she left the front one on the front of the iron. Badgers right now 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Dowling set for the second of 2. A little more arc on that one, and she got it to fall. So Dowling with 3 in this first half. Tuskegee up by a field goal with 2:25 remaining in it. Right side, Boland. Hunter catching up defensively. Trinity Layton trying to ask for that basketball as Blanche is trying to square up on her. Trinity out front now. Working off of a screen by Jasmine. Got some space. Trinity with the jumper. Missed on the shot. She'll get the rebound at the free throw line. Right side, Boland. Boland pushing in. Whistles. They may get it for the travel, and they will.
Just a tiny bit over anxious as Boland made an excellent effort to get that offensive rebound, shuffling inside against 2 ball players.
Rita Kuhn, the senior, a little bit taller at 6'1", so Double B trying to get that extra step, commits to turnover. Basketball back to Spring Hill with 1:56 left first half. Tuskegee up by 2. On the turn, Blanche handles up top. Layton low to the floor defensively, and Blanche thought that Mann was going to come out for the basketball. She cut to the basket, and Blanche threw it right into the Tuskegee bench.
Give credit to Shemaya Macklin, also doing an excellent job of defending Rita Kuhn out of Budapest, Hungary. She's 6'1", but Macklin fronting her and forcing the turnover.
Right side, Layton now behind the arc. She'll survey, gets a screen from Manuel. Trinity left side all the way through, got it to the rack. Jasmine there for a putback. Jasmine with the basket for Tuskegee. Her first field goal of this first half to go along with 3 free throws. She's got 5. Tuskegee leads 19-15. On the move, Mann lost it at the base. The basketball back over to Tuskegee.
And tried to change gears, going down low. Lost control as she was trying to speed up to get to the rack before Hughley did.
75 seconds left first half. Tuskegee with a 19-15 lead and the basketball. Hughley across the timeline. Mackin sets a screen. LaDeja. Boland at the block. Samaya back to Double B. Jumper. Double B rings it good for Tuskegee.
That was a great look by Macklin, seeing Boland in space at the left corner of the arc.
Third field goal of this first half for Brittany Boland, first team all-conference player. Makes it 21-15. Slipping down on the floor is Hunter. She's tripped up by LaDeja.
There's that matchup again. Hughley and Hunter going full speed, one-on-one.
They call that foul on Boland, and Brittany's picked up her second with 44 seconds left as Marta Duda reports back for Coach Pressel. And it'll be Blanche to inbound it just to our left, with Trinity applying pressure on the inbound pass. Kicked there, and they'll reset it.
Big defensive stand for Tuskegee. Charles with 43 seconds remaining in this first half.
TU leads at 21-15. Final home ball game of the season for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Men's action to follow on GTSN. Say goodbye to a cadre of seniors. 7 for the women's program, 5 for the men, and one of our cheerleaders. Down at the block, Golden Tigers defensively tap that one out of bounds, and it'll be 6 seconds to shoot here for the Lady Badgers.
Excellent balance by Jasmine Manuel, using her footwork and extending with the left hand to tip it out of bounds.
So 6 to shoot for Spring Hill. 29 seconds left first half. Mann looks to the inside, pushes it to Duda. She goes to the glass all in one motion, but left it short. Mackin got the rebound. Duda commits the foul.
Shemaya Mackin, very active inside against the best player for Spring Hill, Duda, who was trying to get her own offensive rebound, but Mackin wasn't hearing any of it. Picks up the recovery for Tuskegee. They'll have an opportunity with 25 seconds remaining in the half.
Oh, Samaya departs, and they bring on Bobbitt, and they're doing this for offensive purposes. Bobbitt, a three-point specialist with 21 seconds left first half of play. Tuskegee trying to add another field goal before the break.
Trying to work clock, thinking last shot time.
Hughley out front now at 10. She'll have to attack here. Now 9 down in the corner. Cantone on the move. Good step there. Running jumper. Cantone missed on the shot. It's tapped around. A rebound to the Badgers of Spring Hill, and that is where this first half will come to an end. Ends on the half-court set for the Golden Tigers. Not able to get a basket there, but they will take a 21-15 lead into the locker room over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. And SIAC action this afternoon from Chappie James. Glad you could join us. Our final home game of the season for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They lead it at the break 21-15. Take a time out here and back with more basketball action on GTSN.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
Do we have first half stats? And we are back live here inside Chappie James Arena at the intermission. Golden Tigers lead at 21-15 over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter. Last first half of basketball kind of scripted the way that we thought in terms of the style of play.
I only have 2 words for the first half.
Oh, 2?
Defense.
Oh.
Both teams coming out mirror images of one another. Tuskegee, known for its defense. Spring Hill doing an excellent job of fighting over the picks that Tuskegee trying to set. And so both they've kind of negated one another on the offensive side, but Tuskegee happy to be up 21-15.
And that's defense.
Defense.
Got it. Let's take a look at some of these first half numbers between these squads. At the break, Tuskegee leads at 21-15. I suspect that these numbers are not going to be far apart in terms of what they've done from the floor. Tuskegee at 32%, 9 of 28. Badgers 5 of 25 at 20. Anything else standing out at you there? I know you're going right down to the bottom.
I'm going down to the bottom. Tuskegee has been able to turn over Spring Hill a little bit more in that second quarter than they were in the first. Turnovers equal now at 6 apiece. I think that going into the second half, 2 things to watch: ball security, free throw shooting. In a game of this nature, where both teams are struggling from the outside, both playing very aggressively on defense, those are the 2 things to watch that could be the difference in this ball game.
You'll note one of the categories is rebounds in this, as the stats we had, and Tuskegee had a slight edge there, so we put them back up on the screen. For the Golden Tigers, they lead in terms of total rebounds. Last time these teams played, Tuskegee led in that category as well. Tuskegee had 33 boards in that ball game compared to just 16 for the Badgers of Spring Hill throughout the entirety of the ball game, which means that if this trend continues, Tuskegee likely with more second chance opportunities in that second half.
Something else to note, picking up on that point, Charles, look at the 3-point field goal percentage. Spring Hill, 3 of 12, only 25%. Tuskegee, on the other hand, has not made a 3-pointer all afternoon. So that tells us that Spring Hill is trying to shoot over the Tuskegee defense. Tuskegee taking more shots inside the arc. So again, Tuskegee, if they get inside, they're going to be fouled. Make your free throws.
We'll see if it comes down to that. You look at the free throws at this point, TU 3 or 4 at 75%, 50% for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. We're at the intermission. Golden Tigers lead it 21-15. Step out for another break here on GTSN.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventive care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Hello, this is Lana Bartley, the winningest women's basketball coach in HBCU history, and this is the Golden Tigers Sport Network.
We're live here with head coach Benchy Taylor of the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee as they warm up at the intermission of the women's ball game, getting set to meet the Badgers of Spring Hill. Coach, is a team that you met earlier during the course of the season, had some real blowout numbers in an overtime ball game. What's it going to take for the Golden Tigers to win this ball game against the Badgers?
Well, I'm glad we're healthy tonight.
Yeah.
Somewhat healthy, you know. I don't know if Kevin's 100%, but he's going to try to go. This is a team that's high octane offensively. Got a guy average 27, 28, another guy average 18. And they got 4 guys in double figures, so they're used to putting a lot of points up. You know, we won 104 to 99, whatever it is. And
I think you were joking about that. It was twice our output for one ball game.
Yeah, you know, so, but we got to be committed to defending and rebounding the ball. Like they hurt us on the glass last game and got some easy ones in transition. We got to take care of it, and we got to guard them without fouling them.
It's a team, as you referenced, that they play in spurts, but when they get into a half-court set, that's when they're very impressive. Peggs and then Lyles, the two that really go for them offensively. And I know our defense is our calling card, so we're being asked to put that on the line this afternoon against them.
No doubt. And if we could play 5-on-5 on the defensive end of the floor, we got a chance. But you know, they score a lot in transition because they get out and they really push it. They set a good pace with the kid Bo Barber, and they really could push the ball. I mean, he had 10 assists, no turnovers.
Sure, saw that last ball.
And then their 4-man, their point forward, he had 9 assists, 1 turnover. She's doing 19 assists, 1 turnover between 2 guys. So they're highly efficient.
Well, we're highly efficient on both ends of the floor. We'll have both parts of our ball game working in sequence this afternoon against the Badgers of Spring Hill. Now you got a little bit of head coaching to do here at the intermission. Thanks for joining us, Coach. We'll see you after the ball game.
Appreciate you, Charles.
Yes, sir, brother.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Head coach Benji Taylor, as the Golden Tigers get set to meet the Badgers of Spring Hill. They'll come your way right after women's action here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Another timeout. Back with more action on GTSN after this.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15.
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Here at Tuskegee University, some of our historical figures like Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver, those are some of the people that created or started that Tuskegee experience.
This place is so different. You have a support system, a real support system. We may ball and parlay, but the most important thing we do is graduate. And after we graduate, we accelerate in everything we do.
We are back live inside Chappie James as we get set for more basketball action in the second half. Had a lot of action in that first half of play. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of that 21-15 lead for Tuskegee at the break. Half court set, A.J. Alexandria with their first field goal of the ball game. You were referencing the fact she got some space and knocked it from there. And Double B a little bit off balance, but that didn't hurt her at all on that shot near the free throw line to get that one. And Jasmine working at right side, and Samaya Mackin, the lefty, knocked that one down. She had 2 field goals in that first half. So the Golden Tigers distributing that basketball, and a couple of players there in the highlights in that first half.
I'd like to see Tuskegee work to Macklin in the post and see if she can operate the same way you showed in that highlight. Did an excellent job of just gathering, taking her time. Tuskegee, when they get in trouble, they get a little bit out of gear, going too fast. But Macklin showing really excellent poise on that last set.
Yeah, when she gets within herself and has that space, that's when she is most effective. And she's shown it here in this first half of play. Golden Tigers lead it 21-15 over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Take a break and get you started for second half action. That's all ahead on GTSN.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15.
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventive care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
I'm Rolandus Rice, Chief Operating Officer and the Vice President for Student Affairs at Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tigers.
And we are back live inside Chappie James, getting set for second half action on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Golden Tigers leading at 21-15 over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Senior night here for Tuskegee. 7 players on the squad going to be recognized in the post game. 5 from the men's squad and 1 cheerleader. And Mark, you know, you played college athletics and you had a senior year. What was it like for you kind of going into that last series knowing that this is the last one?
And you know, you make an interesting, that's an interesting question. I remember the last baseball game that I played, coming back to the locker room after the game and not wanting to take my uniform off.
Oh, wow.
Thinking that this is going to be the last time that I wear this uniform representing my university. I'm sure that some of the seniors and even some of the grad students are thinking, this may be the last time. And then it just hits you. So in this second half, I'm sure some of the senior players, some of the leadership players are going to want to give 100% effort so they have no regrets. As they say in the cliche form, leave it all on the floor.
Indeed, you're right. Second half of action just ahead. But as these Golden Tigers, for the women in particular, right now in second in the West behind the Bears of Miles College. We'll try to get an update on their ball game against the Dragons of Lane College. They're playing this Saturday afternoon as well. Of course, Tuskegee defeated Miles twice in the regular season. Coach Wester and the Golden Tigers are hoping that they'll get a little bit of help from Lane this afternoon, and if they can draw at least even with the Bears of Miles College, they'll win it by the head during the regular season, and that means that Tuskegee won't have to deal with a play-in here at Chappie James on next Saturday.
Let's go to another cliche. Defense wins championships.
Sure.
If there is one thing that Tuskegee has been able to depend upon all season long, it's defense.
We'll see if that defense can muster up a win here this afternoon against the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Right now, Tuskegee leading it by 6 as we start the second half. Alani Cantone just in front of us will inbound it to get things started here in the final 20 minutes of play here. LaDeja Hughley, Brittany Boland, Cantone on the floor, Cyan Holmes, as well as Jasmine Manuel, the 5 for Coach Wester. But they're trying to get the shot clock in sequence here as they start the second half. I think they want to put it at 27.
Speaking of Cantone, Charles, she played selected minutes in the first half. I wouldn't be surprised to see her go a lot longer in the second.
Yeah, interesting you bring that up because she and Manuel didn't even start in this ball game this afternoon for Coach Wester. But she is on the floor now and inbounds it to Hughley. Half court set. Whistles on the floor again. Cantone with just 9 minutes of play in that first half as your reference mark. And with 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock, Tuskegee inbounds it. Cantone immediately with the basketball, right side of the Senator. Now takes the space with the jumper, missed on the backside shot. Rebound Garrido for the Lady Badgers. Left side, they get it into the hands, and they throw it away. They try to work it up top into the hands of Vallis, but they threw it away. Cantone down in the corner for Tuskegee now. First turnover the second half. Trying to get it to Jasmine. She's doubled on the inside by Vallis and Duda. Now top Holmes with it, and Hughley top of the key. Just underway, second half at the block. Jasmine got past Duda. Duda went for the steal. Jasmine got the lay-in as a result.
Manuel had success fronting Duda on that last possession. This time, Manuel returns the favor, but she made the catch and made the layup.
23-15 after the second field goal of the ball game for Manuel. She's got 6 in the contest. Duda half court set now for Spring Hill. 8:49 left in the third period. Garrido to the rack. Manuel with a Yellowwood block shot in the paint. Bounce pass right side. Left side Holmes to the glass after the bounce from Boland. And transition basket there for Tuskegee.
One of the few times this afternoon we've seen Tuskegee able to run the break, get out in the open court.
That time Hughley got it way out front to Boland right side, and Boland with a nice bounce inside to Cyan for the lay-in. Tuskegee with his largest lead of the ball game now, which is 10. On a turn with the basketball is Severe. Lost her dribble. Up top, Vallis. Now whistles and a travel violation by Vallis out front.
Cian Holmes did an excellent job of getting a body on Duda. Duda felt contact, got knocked to the floor. She looked up as if to get the license plate of what hit her. Came back, but give credit to Holmes for the physical defense on Duda.
Cyan, the grad student from Evanston, Illinois. She'll be recognized in senior day as well. She'll handle out front, works it to Jasmine, right block. Jasmine slides through the defense to the rack, missed on a shot. Got a rebound, out a put back. That one's good for Jasmine on the inside.
Duda, the 6'2 center from Turin, Poland, is tall, but she doesn't have a lot of weight or mass to defend some of the Tuskegee larger players.
Jasmine just pushed her around on the inside for her third field goal of the ball game. Garrido across the floor now with the pass to Severe. The double there by Manuel and Bolin. Rebound on a shot out to Cantone. Halani wants to run, but no numbers in front of her, so she'll pull back. Bolin with it. With 7:23 remaining in the third, Tuskegee with a 27-15 lead. Good start for them after the intermission. Cantone with a jumper, rattled it and missed it as Vallis clears for the Lady Badgers. Hunter on the penetrations, double good pull there by Bolin to deny her that lane right side. Now they go down at the block to Duda, and Duda's fouled by Hughley. LaDeja with a rake on that play coming across from her right to left.
It appears that when Cantone is in the lineup for Tuskegee, she has the ball in her hands a lot more than Hughley does, bringing it up. Cantone more under control. Hughley switches to playing more off the ball.
Nice call on that. You will see LaDeja kind of yield to Cantone as it relates to handling it a lot more, and LaDeja kind of resigns herself then to more of her defensive strategy, or perhaps coming away with a steal to lead a break.
Well, you also know the senior is going to defer to the graduate student. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of difference, right? Yeah. You're not quite there yet with me. Duda, she got 1 of 2 from the line. Yeah, you're a senior, but wait until you get to be a grad student. Half court set for Tuskegee now. They lead it 27-16. Hughley with it. Up top to Jasmine behind the arc. Jasmine pushes left side, lost the basketball. Garrido comes away with it. Tried to get it up the floor to Hunter, but threw it right over to Holmes, and Tuskegee back the other way. Garrido went for a steal. Cyan with it. Now back up to Cantone. 6:30 left in the third. Back to Bolin. Double B with the jumper. Backside rebound comes to Hughley. A fresh 20 for Tuskegee.
Holmes trying to run baseline.
Cantone with it out front. Hughley out front now. They go to Holmes. Cantone pushes a 3. Rattled it. Went down for a minute, but rebound to Jasmine. Right side. Her shot on the inside's off the mark as Duda clears for Spring Hill. Hunter relatively quiet in this basketball for Spring Hill. Gives it across the floor right side, Garrido. Now lead behind in the paint as Vallis got free and got a jumper.
Vallis from about 10 feet out. No one to defend her inside the paint. Had a clean look from inside.
5:40 remains in this third period. Tuskegee with a 27-18 lead over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Cyan across the floor right side, Cantone. Entry pass Jasmine, whistles there, and Vallis guilty of the foul, riding on the inside.
Cyan Holmes is an interesting case for Tuskegee. She's 6'1", only a freshman out of Evanston, but I would imagine once she gets some experience under her belt, she's going to feel a lot more confident in taking the shot close to the paint. Right now, she looks to catch, and she's immediately looking for someone else to pass the ball to.
Hughley takes a seat. Alexandria Johnson back out on the floor. So left of the cylinder, it'll be Bolin to inbound it with 5:30 left in the third. Bolin in the corner, got free on a 3-pointer, missed on the shot, but she likes that shot from the corner, just not able to convert on that opportunity. 5:20 left in the third. Severe, she'll push a 3-pointer. Back of the iron for her as well. Vallis got a rebound, taken away by Tuskegee. Cantone wants to run with it. Alani, middle of the floor now. Bounce pass left side. Bolin lets the defense fly by. And Double B with the lay-in, assist by Cantone.
Excellent look by Cantone as Bolin was streaking to her left. She didn't make the first pass, she made the second.
29-18 after the transition basket on a Wind Creek Casino Montgomery fast break lay-in for Tuskegee.
There were 2 looks available as Bolin was on her left. Cantone took the second choice.
Holmes with the jumper. That one down for a second and popped out of there. Duda clears for the Lady Badgers. 4:35 left in the third. Tuskegee with a 29-18 lead. Hunter with it out front for Spring Hill. Jumper there by Hunter and an air ball there by her.
I owe you an apology. I mistakenly referred to Cyan Holmes as a freshman. She's a graduate student.
Yeah. 4:24 remaining. Glad you caught that one.
I owe you 10 push-ups after this game is over.
Well, we'll do it here at the next time out. We'll show it here if you want. 29-18 Tuskegee leads. Back after this.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventive care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Hi, Tuskegee fans. I'm Coach Chad Hall, your head baseball coach. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go TU.
Thank you, Coach Hall. We're coming to Tuskegee University baseball here momentarily when we close out the basketball season. Coach Hall leading the Golden Tigers baseball program. 4:24 remaining here in the third period of the final home ball game of the season for the Golden Tigers. They lead it 29-18. You got your breath back yet, Laster?
I'm good. I would have got out the entire 10, but I know we have to get back to the action.
Oh, that's okay. All right, there you go. That's your excuse, right? Whistles and a half-court set for Tuskegee. And Titus Matthews over at the scorers table on the far side of the floor. Hoping we can get a scan of the scorers table here at Tuskegee University. Some people over there that are instrumental to these ball games taking place at Tuskegee and always doing a fine job in terms of operating the clock, scoreboards, and everything else here. Certainly want to thank them before this season ends for a great job they do at the scorers table. Half-court set for Tuskegee, 17 to shoot. Johnson in the corner for the Golden Tigers. Lady Badgers have jumped into a zone defense. Double B, right side of the arc. At the block now, Mackin. Samaya tied up there, turns to the rack, missed on the right side with that shot. And a rebound at the block now. The Badgers come back the other way. Rebound was by Doling, who's out on the floor. Mann pushes left side, but left it short of the cylinder. Here comes Bolin, half-court set. Up top, Cantone. They'll slide it left side to AJ with 3:38 left. Down at the block, Samaya regathers there to the rack and missed on the shot underneath.
Outstanding play design by Tuskegee. Had exactly what they wanted, didn't make the layup.
We go down to 3:25 left in the third. Tuskegee with a 29-18 lead. Garrido pushes back to Duda. Across the floor now, Hunter pushes a three, missed on that shot out front. Basketball tapped around, Duda got it. Fresh 20 for the Badgers. Now Mann out front. Hunter just been regulated to 3 points in this basketball game. Duda pushes a three, whistles on the three-point effort. Mackin commits to foul, and Duda to the line to shoot three.
Macklin out of balance. Defending that last three, knocked Duda into the sideline. Fortunate there wasn't more damage, but Duda, one of the leading scorers for Spring Hill, will now go to the free throw line.
Duda with 6 in this ball game, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. On the season, she averages 10.9 points per ball game, 81% free throw shooter, and she got the first.
Duda out of Torun, Poland. One of 4 players. Garridos from Barcelona. Ayana Yowen, another player on this roster, is from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Boy, basketball haven up there in Saskatchewan, huh? Duda 2 of 3 from the line as she missed the third.
And Rita Kuhn from Budapest, Hungary. Really unusual representation on this lineup for Spring Hill.
And you know, it's going to be interesting, though, when we do the men's ball game, which follows, you'll see the same thing on their roster as well. Half-court set, Tuskegee leads 29-20. 2:40 left in the third period. Top of the key, Cantone 8 to shoot for Tuskegee now. Cantone right side, head fakes to the rack, running jumper by Cantone, left it short. Mackin had a hand on it. Samaya can't close it. Basketball over to Spring Hill.
Cantone, as she was raising for that last shot, seemed to get bumped a little bit on the left shoulder. That shot was very short. She barely got the bottom of the backboard.
Hunter, half-court set now for the Lady Badgers. Duda pops out with it, left side. They try to dump it down low. Sine Bobbitt got the turnover for Tuskegee. She'll run the floor right side, lead behind for Samaya. Up top, double B. Back inside Samaya to the left. Spinner won't stay for Samaya. Another good executed job by Tuskegee in a half-court set. They don't get the result of the field goal, though. Whistles in a half-court set. Bobbitt and Duda tied up on the inside, and Sine, she'll be guilty of the foul for Tuskegee.
Macklin still clapping her hands in disgust. That's the second layup that she has missed deep inside, knowing that she had position, ran a play that they wanted. She'll now go to the sideline to see if she can get her mind right, collect herself.
Really wasn't going to bring that up when you mentioned that a few minutes ago. You were talking about Samaya in terms of when she gets her space on the floor. You like to see her come more into the inside and see what she can do there. A couple of examples of what happens when she gets on the inside. She gives up a little bit in terms of height and a lot of times gets challenged on the inside. Turnover back to Tuskegee now, and Alexandria Johnson will turn it right back over to the Badgers. Trying to get it up the floor to Bobbitt and lost a handle on it on the floor.
Tuskegee on offense just appears to be trying to find that appropriate gear when they have space on the break.
Saw it coming out of the intermission of the start to second half. It seemed to be in rhythm there for a few minutes, but it kind of fallen off just a little bit as this third period has unfolded. Man, hard push right side, and they're going to get her for the travel violation. Trying to stop on a dime, but the shoes wouldn't cooperate.
Give credit to Alexandria Johnson on defense once again for Tuskegee, beating the offensive player to the spot.
They'll have the basketball with 1:38 left. Tuskegee with a 9-point lead, led by as many as 11 in this basketball game. As Hughley comes across the timeline now, right side to Bobbitt. Sine surveys, trying to get it to Jasmine at the block. Tried to bounce it, now pass on the inside to the glass, and a whistle there. Foul called on the inside against Dowling. Jasmine converted. She'll be at the line, trying to convert a three-point play.
Nice to see one of the larger players for Tuskegee go glass inside as opposed to going straight over the hoop.
So Jasmine at the line to shoot. Got her at 9 officially in this ball game. Got that free throw. She had 4 free throws in the first half. I've got her with 8 from the floor. And they're still showing 11, but I got her at 12 at this point.
I'm going to trust your stats.
Oh. Half-court set for the Badgers. Garrido out front now. She'll push right side. Jasmine picking her up defensively. Lost her dribble out front to Duda. Head fake by her. Left-handed shot by Duda. Missed on the shot. Jasmine tapped it, but tapped it right over the man. And a whistle on her penetration. Brittany trying to catch up with that play, and she picks up her third.
Jaleesa Mann, 5'3" guard out of Decatur. Really flashing from right to left, making that last offensive rebound attempt and getting a shot up.
So Boland picks up her third. She'll depart. The sophomore Trinity Layton out on the floor now for Coach Wester and Tuskegee. You know, Coach Wester had this thing going on when they were on that 10-game win streak, that she was resigned, that the luck factor was the fact that she wasn't talking to GTSN during that time. So I went over to her kind of jokingly today as I said, Coach, well, since we broke the 10-game win streak, you gonna talk to me today? She's like, no, I'm working on another streak.
Good answer.
Sure.
That's a good answer.
53 seconds left first half. Tuskegee up by 11 again, 32-21. Bobbitt surveys back up top to LaDeja.
But you know the coaches appreciate the extra effort from GTSN.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, they do. Hughley for 3, air ball, rebound, backside Sine, and Bobbitt there for the putback for Tuskegee, her first field goal.
Hughley goes back up court smiling, saying to herself, nice pass.
Sure, that's what I was doing all along. Glad you were there, right? You're finally getting me. 34-21 after the basket by Bobbitt. Hunter with a jumper at the foul line. She missed there. Rebound to Jasmine. Tuskegee with a chance to close the third with a field goal. Left side Bobbitt. 11 to shoot now. Hughley with it. 6 to shoot. She'll work off of her screen. Right side, she'll push all the way through, scoops underneath, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line.
Even though Hughley gets to the rack, the only downside of that last sequence is there was no one moving off the ball for Tuskegee. They were standing around watching and waiting to see what Hughley would do. Fortunately, with her talent and aggressiveness, she bails out the Tuskegee offense by herself.
So Hughley to the line to shoot with 1.8 remaining in the third. Tuskegee with a 34-21 lead, now 35-21 after Hughley gets her first points of the ball game with a free throw.
Hughley shoots her free throws just like she runs the offense. All of a sudden, watch how she catches.
And a quick push up toward the cylinder. There
2
it
dribbles
is.
and a shot.
Missed it there. Rebound. Bobbitt tried to put back, but she was blocked on the inside by Duda. So Tuskegee turns in a good third period of play. They extend their lead to 35-21, their largest of the ball game against the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. That's IAC action on Senior Day here at Tuskegee. Golden Tigers lead as we head toward the fourth. More basketball ahead on GTSN.
Tuskegee University's founder, Booker T. Washington, said, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." At many universities, big classes are common. Not at Tuskegee. We have small classes with a 14-to-1 average student-to-teacher ratio. This formula for excellence ensures individualized attention. You get to know your professors, and they get to know you well enough to recommend you for internships, research, graduate programs, and job opportunities. Small classes, big impact. It's all part of educational excellence at Tuskegee University.
We're back live inside Chappie James with the start of the fourth quarter. As you take a look across the floor at the Tuskegee scores table, those men and women there at that table, they are responsible for making sure that all the scores are reported accurately, not only in terms of the scorebook, but on the scoreboard, shot clock working just fine as well. Lionel Armstead, Zamora Metcalf, Daryl Antoine, Alfreda Marable, Nick Brown, and Jordan Benson all at that scores table. A fine job throughout the course of the regular season. Did not want to miss the opportunity to thank them for a job well done during the course of the season.
Hughley had Leighton streaking along the baseline, threw the ball behind her, but a good idea.
Of course, we can't forget PA announcer Paul Carney down at the left of the scores table for Tuskegee, a legend here at Tuskegee. Fourth quarter action, Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter. Tuskegee leads at 35-21 over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Hunter with a long three-pointer, creased the rim, rebound cleared to Bobbitt and Tuskegee. Hunter, the sophomore, just has not been able to get mobile going for the Lady Badgers in this ball game. Leighton half-court set for Tuskegee. Jasmine at the block, working her way toward the cylinder, missed on the shot. She just bulled Vallis on the inside, just did not get that basket to fall for her on the right side. Manhandles just in front of the Spring Hill bench. Down in the corner, tight toward the sideline is Sevier. They go inside Duda. Duda spreads the paint on the runner and missed on the shot. Bobbitt clears for Tuskegee. Marta all the way in that time for Spring Hill, just not able to get the lay-in. Hughley with it out front. Alexandria Johnson in the corner. Jasmine Manuel sets the screen up top. AJ fires a three. Bingo for the Golden Tigers.
Alexandria Johnson gets to her spot in space. Excellent form in that long three.
She has really come into her own as the second half of the season's unfolded for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Duda pushes back out front. Severe waits for Layton to fly by. Runner left hand by her, missed on the shot. Bobbitt almost had her third rebound in a row, but it comes to Manuel instead. Hughley slides to paint, pushes back out. Sine for three. Bobbitt from long range, missed on the shot. And Duda with another rebound for the Badgers of Spring Hill. Duda with 9 rebounds in the ball game for the Lady Badgers. Half court set. Severe with the basketball. We're down to 7:30 remaining. Duda on a move, pushes back in the corner of Alice. Now Mann inside the paint, running jumper by her. She'll get a basket and a foul.
Mann showing no fear, going directly at Jasmine Manuel, who was deep in the paint.
Yeah, Jalissa Mann, her first field goal of the ball game, but a very active player for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. The senior from Decatur, a lot of her playing time split between she and Kellen Hunter. But Jalissa, a year ago, carried a lot of the weight for the Lady Badgers out front.
Well, you know, they say it's greater in Decatur.
Oh, yeah.
And Mann showed no fear going against one of the biggest players for Tuskegee.
She finishes on a three-point play with a free throw from the line. And our GTSN camera crew from under the basket right on top of that shot. 38-24, Tuskegee with the lead. Hughley down at the block, had it tapped from behind. It'll stay with Tuskegee and 17 to shoot.
When Hughley gathers off the dribble, she's going to have to do a better job of protecting the basketball. She exposes it, got it tapped out of bounds on that last drive.
You were referencing early in this ball game that this could be one of the lowest scoring contests we've seen, just surveying Tuskegee's roster at this point. Right now they have 38 points with over 7 minutes remaining. Had a low scoring ball game of 43-50 and a loss to Edward Waters. That's the minimum amount, least amount of points they've scored thus far. I think they'll exceed that in this ball game though. On a running jumper. Oh, how about that at the left block by Alexandria Johnson.
Just a slight bit of contact with Alicia Mann as Alexandria Johnson makes the runner along the baseline. Just stood there, borderline taunting, but they're going to separate the players. She just gave her a look just to let her know.
And she'll hear a little bit there from Coach Wester as she comes to the sideline with a timeout. Coach Wester likely saying just enjoy the play. You don't have to really get into that extracurricular afterwards.
Players have personalities. Alexandria Johnson is one of the more energetic players on the Tuskegee roster. From the time they take the floor to warm up, she's in her bag, and she plays high energy from start to finish.
And if you take a look at our work at the camera crew with Coach Wester with her arms around her now after the initial reprimand with regard to that, then it's all about the love and really appreciating what she did on the floor in that corner.
Coaches understand if you have a high energy player, you don't want to break that energy. You want to keep them at a high level, but you don't want it to get out of control. So as you say, Charles, you have to show them love, but you have to bring them back every now and then.
And as we look at AJ at the sideline, she'll be at the line shooting. But one of the things we have to caution too is that although we're covering this game and we have camera coverage of it, sometimes you don't know what's going on between players on the floor in terms of what's happened just prior to that little basket there in the corner. You know, could have been some jaw-jacking going on prior to that.
Well, the fact that we have these headsets on, we are not privy to some of the conversations that go on inside the paint. And you can tell that there's been some contact that has not been called, and players will occasionally police themselves either in a retaliation word or two or an elbow or two when the ref isn't looking.
Now, not real sure if there was not a technical call. We didn't see that before a timeout, but two of the officials are at the scorer's table across from us.
Personal opinion, it was harmless. Johnson made the shot. She didn't say anything from what I could tell. She just stood in her space and gave the other player a look. Now, if there's a taunting glare, it may have been called, but it wasn't very demonstrative what she did.
6:54 remains in this basketball game. And looks like we have a technical call, but it's going to go against the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. And it'll be, well, right now it's going to be Alexandria Johnson shooting. She could be finishing up this three-point play. We saw it happen in the Central State game that they didn't have anybody there. Tony's coming over now. Okay, so there will be a technical foul against Alexandria, but right now she's shooting that free throw after having been fouled there.
It was great that the official came over to give you the personal update. I want to know if it was just exchange glares, because I didn't see, and if I'm a decent lip reader, many words being exchanged on that last contact.
Yeah, could have just been the verbal portion of it as Duda shoots.
Well, as Rasheed Wallace would say, ball don't lie.
Sure. But Duda got one more coming, so she pushes the second, got one of the two there. So Duda, she's got 8 in the basketball game, and it'll be Lady Badgers basketball with Hunter to inbound it just in front of us with 6:54 remaining. Mann will handle in the backcourt. So I was talking to official Tony Coxon before the ball game. I said, Tony, if anything happens on the floor that you don't think we got privy of, just come over and tell us. He remembered. Half-court set, Duda for 3, rattled it, was down, and it popped out of there. Tuskegee with the rebound. Jasmine got it up the floor to the Hughley. Hughley lead behind Layton in front of the Tuskegee bench. Trinity circles back out front to reset things with 17 to shoot for Tuskegee. Now 10 to shoot. Hughley right side, lost her dribble, bounce past Jasmine in traffic inside the paint. Jasmine able to save it, but a timeout taken by Coach Wester with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. She saw Jasmine on the floor, knew she was going to be awfully close to a travel violation there.
In a related story, Charles, if there's one player that I'm going to enjoy watching the development of, it's Trinity Layton.
Yeah.
The sophomore out of Miami, Florida. She's 5'10", and I just enjoy watching how she plays under control. She has a sense of where she is on the court. Very intelligent ball player.
It's really interesting you say that, because prior to the ball game, I saw Coach Westrup in the stands right about the time we got here, and I just went over, was talking to her, just catching up on things, and I was just saying, well, okay, we got 7 seniors. Out of the people that we know we're having to come back, I said one of the ones that I'm really excited about seeing next year is Trinity Layton, for the very, very reason you're talking about. Just always plays under a level of control.
There are some players who stand out, not just for their productivity, but they just give you a sense that they understand the ball game and have an opportunity to just show in subtle moves, not the things that show up on the scoreboard, but you can tell by the way Layton moves on the court. She has a sense of who she is in relationship to the other 4 players on the court.
I'll tell you one thing you're going to also see from her, and probably into next year, but she also has that little level, that edge about her too. We were just talking about Alexandria Johnson. Trinity, she comes in, I've seen her on a couple of occasions where she shaked and baked and got a jumper off and really let people know that, okay, don't take me for granted, right?
Understood. We can't count the players that have come out of the Miami area.
Sure, and the style that they play. Entry pass, and Tuskegee trying to get it inside, and they throw the basketball away. 3-on-3 basketball as Hunter leaves it back behind for Sevier. She's free for 3. Front of the iron on her long-range jumper, and Bobbitt runs down another rebound for Tuskegee as we go under 6 minutes remaining. LaDeja across the floor right side. Bobbitt squares, another 3-point effort. This time the 3-point leader for the Golden Tigers finds the range with a triple.
Book it for Bobbitt from deep, giving Tuskegee an 18-point lead.
Bobbitt's first 3-pointer of the ball game makes it 43-25. 5:34 remains. Mann across the floor to Sevier. Layton guarding defensively. Back up top now, Vallis. 10 to shoot as Hunter had it stripped. Hughley almost coming away with it. Hunter foul line extended, can't find the range, missed on that jumper. Still just 3 points for her in the contest. LaDeja trying to get it inside, and Layton instead for 3. Trinity missed on that shot, and the backside rebound. Lady Badgers back the other way. We approach 5 minutes left. Vallis to Mann. She'll work it right side, and a blocking foul called on LaDeja. Trying to get in front of Mann, which is a tough challenge. Mann quicker to feet. LaDeja just a step slow of getting there in front of her.
Both players play so low to the floor that when they fall to the floor, they don't know how far to go.
Sure, doesn't make a whole lot of noise. 4:55 left, timeout here inside Chappie James. Media break, Tuskegee leads it 43-25. More basketball ahead on GTSN.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventive care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Hi, Tuskegee fans. I'm Coach Chad Hall, your head baseball coach. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers.
Back live here inside Chappie James. Lady Badgers of Spring Hill with the basketball. 4:59 remains in the contest. Tuskegee with a 43-25 lead on senior day here at Tuskegee. Severe got space on a three-point shot, air ball, backside rebound, Brittany Bowen. She's back on the floor playing with the three personals. Hughley circles to the top. Cantone back out as well. Sine squaring for position. Duda tapped it away across the floor. Bowling jumper right side. Double B back of the iron on the shot. Missed on a shot that she's very familiar with just inside the arc. Not able to convert there.
Good look by Cantone, however.
Entry pass turning Vallis with the jumper. Front of the iron. Cantone rips it off of there and back the other way for Tuskegee. 4:10 left. Men's action to follow on GTSN. Try to get you an update from the Lane Miles basketball game on the women's side in afternoon play. Jasmine had the block underneath the defense, but rolled too far underneath, missed on the shot. Hunter back the other way for Spring Hill, pushes the three. Hunter looking for it to fall, but she missed there as well. Severe got the rebound. They'll have a fresh 20. 3:40 left. Mann inside the paint, back out for three, and she finds the range for Spring Hill.
Mann from the top of the key, no hesitation.
She's got 6 for Spring Hill. 43-28 TU leads, 3:21 remaining in the contest. Tuskegee trying to go to 16-9 on the season and 13-5 in the SIAC with just one conference ball game remaining on the schedule. That's Monday at Lemoyne-on. Bobbitt for three. Sine missed on the shot. 3:05 remaining. That one with a high bounce there. It didn't hit the top of the backboard. I think the officials were anticipating that it would. And they automatically gave that basketball over to the Lady Badgers as Alexandria Johnson comes back out on the floor for Coach Penny and the Golden Tigers.
Rita Kuhn back for Spring Hill.
So half court set for Hunter now. Cross dribble by her. Running jumper, spinner, and she finally got one to fall from the floor. It's been a battle for Hunter. You hear one of the Tuskegee faithfuls behind us saying it's a miracle that she hit it. That was her first field goal. Hunter, more production than that on the season, leads them at 13.7 points per ball game. Bobbitt across the floor to Boland. 10 to shoot. Back over to Sine. On the move, left side. Good move by Sine to the rack, and she got the lay on left side.
Interesting that Tuskegee going with ball handlers down the stretch of this ball game inside of 3 minutes.
Bobbitt with her second field goal makes it 45-30. Beg your pardon, she's got 2 field goals, 1 3-pointer, so 3 field goals as Hunter with another basket, this time in the left corner. So back-to-back field goals for Hunter. Cantone half-court set for Tuskegee. 2:01 remains in the ball game. AJ, top of the key, right side, Cantone. Alani on the move, floater to the glass and rattled it good.
That is a clutch shot. On the move along the baseline, a push off, on Cantone, called against Hunter. Cantone using that veteran wisdom to pick up the foul.
Cantone transferred into Tuskegee from Kentucky State University. Used to be a real big nemesis for the Golden Tigers. They are awfully glad she's wearing the crimson and gold now. Bolin inbounds at Alexandria. Quick space jumper there by AJ. Left it short of the iron. Rebound to the Lady Badgers. Hunter on a run out now. One-on-one with Cantone. Underneath the defense, and Hunter coming alive here for the Badgers with back-to-back free throw field goals for her. Cantone, nice look off there to the glass and got it to fall.
Cantone on the nice Euro step with the steal along the baseline on nearly. A great play, overplaying the inbounds pass.
She started the season, first 3 or 4 ball games of the year. It's like, okay, did she just lose some of the magic that she had at Kentucky State? But after she got the rhythm and got a sense of playing basketball at Tuskegee, got used to the floor here, she just came on, and she right now leads this team in scoring from the floor. Just has really been night and day for Tuskegee with her transferring in.
Well, to your point, sometimes it's just a case of getting used to your running buddies.
Sure. Yeah, that's exactly what you're talking about here. Had to get used to Bolin and Jasmine, people she played against for most of her collegiate career. And a put back on the inside, and Dowling to the line to shoot for Spring Hill.
You know, to just pick up on your point, Charles, Tuskegee probably has 3 different types of shift lines that they could run. They have a big shift line. They have a half-court shift line. Then they have a shift line that can just get out and flat run.
Sure.
And so it's interesting to see this 5 on the court to close the game out. I would put this as probably the best ball handling shift line that Tuskegee may run.
And when they're in rhythm with all 3 of those elements perhaps appearing on the floor, it is difficult for the opposition to just determine, okay, who do we have out here at the moment and how do we defend it?
What's interesting about picking up that point, Cyan Holmes, she's 6'1". She's not very big, but she's very active.
Less than a minute remains. Cyan back out on the floor as your reference. And just witnessing this team from the very beginning of the season, how they have started to gelled and just really come together. It's just been phenomenal. You saw it on that 10-game win stretch that they had, and seeing a lot of it this afternoon. On the turn, Cantone with 5 to shoot. Now she was looking at the score clock. Lost it momentarily. A runner there got it to the cylinder, but Severe clears for Spring Hill. There's 23 seconds left in this ball game. Golden Tigers going to go on to their 16th win of the season. Cantone and Bobbitt at the block, both defending Kuhn, and one of them guilty of the foul. They'll call it on Halani. And she'll finish with 2 personals in this ball game if she doesn't pick up another. Kuhn with the first free throw, rattled that good for Spring Hill. So it's on to Memphis for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee to finish out the regular season for them against the Lady Magicians of Lemoyne-Orange College. Hunter picks up a stray basketball. Severe with the 3-point shot, missed. Rebound on the putback. Kuhn's got another field, or Dowling that is, on the inside, got that lay in. 4 seconds left, and that'll likely be all the scoring we'll have in this ball game. Golden Tigers win it 49-38 over the Lady Badgers. The second meeting for these teams during the course of the season. Tuskegee won them both. First time they won it 59-55. And in the home season finale for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they defeat the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill 48-38 to close the regular season for Tuskegee at home. They have a ball game on Monday against Lemoyne-Orange, but what a finish for the Golden Tigers for the showing here for the home crowd.
Strong finish, really played a solid second half, picking up from the defensive effort in the first half where they didn't shoot the ball as well, but once they got the offense on track, you can tell Tuskegee has a lot of confidence in what they can do in scoring-wise.
Yeah, one of the players we featured in the pregame was Halani Cantone, and she really just kind of took control of this basketball into the third, recognizing that she needed to really up the scoring portion of the game, and she did that to lead Tuskegee.
Well, you know, it's interesting to watch Cantone run the offense. She doesn't have to score to be effective, and Tuskegee's offense has enough weapons that they pulled ahead and they never looked back.
And one of the reasons that they're able to pull ahead is because the job they did defensively, turning that defense, turning in the offense. This is one of the #1, certainly in terms of the conference, but highly ranked in the nation in terms of their defensive effort. They used that to their advantage coming after the timeout at halftime.
I'm not one to look ahead, but imagine just for a minute, if Tuskegee could recruit a forward that can score inside to complement their outside shooters.
Well, I'm sure Coach Wester is looking ahead, and I'm sure she knows that that's part of the formula going forward for this squad in terms of them advancing to next year's play. But as this season has one more ball game left in it, they broke that 10-game win streak, lost it to Central State, but came back today, this afternoon, and Senior Day, and really able to regroup as a team.
Exactly what they wanted to do going into March and potential tournament time for the SIAC. You want to go in with momentum. You want to go in playing your best basketball.
Well, they got momentum this afternoon as they defeat the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill in women's action. We've got Senior Day, the activities coming your way here in between these ball games. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll join the festivities as we recognize the seniors here at Tuskegee University. Stay with us.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Here at Tuskegee University, some of our historical figures like Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver, those are some of the people that created or started that Tuskegee experience.
This place is it's so different. You have a support system, a real support system. We may ball and parlay, but the most important thing we do is graduate. And after we graduate, we accelerate in everything we do.
And we are back live here inside Chappie James, where the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee on the women's side, they defeat the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill 49-38 to close out their final home ball game of the 2024-25 season, and they defeat the Lady Badgers in this contest. Only one more left in regular season. They meet the Magicians of Lamont on Monday to see how they will finish this regular season as we take a look at some of the numbers, Mark, of this ball game. But I know you had a point prior to that. Go ahead. We got plenty of time.
I had my headset off. And
First of all,
it was with a purpose.
And you're doing push-ups during no part of the game. So.
But you know why I had my headset off? I wanted to congratulate one of our camera operators behind the hoop for some of the shots they got on the free throws. I think the work being done by this crew, A+.
Indeed.
So that I wasn't giving.
Glad you got that in.
Well, that was why I had my headset off. But going back to the job at hand, looking at the game stats, I go down to the assist column for Tuskegee. 12 assists to 3 for Spring Hill. See, we're getting Senior Day started.
Yeah, why don't we send it over to Paul Carney, our PA announcer inside Chappie James, to recognize our seniors here on Senior Day.
Escorted by our brother, Ernest House Jr.
So Senior Day will include cheerleaders as well as players.
Indeed, they get the full Monty here at Tuskegee. Have only one senior cheerleader this season for the Tuskegee cheer squad.
Women's basketball senior, our first senior, Sinead Robin, majoring in health science, hometown, Killeen, Texas.
Sinead Bobbitt being introduced to the crowd. I like the balloon arrangement that her supporters have arranged.
Sinead Bobbitt, one of the seniors at Tuskegee. And she is one of the most animated when you get her off the floor when they're warming up. You get songs that they play, some of their favorite songs. You can always see her just singing along like everything they play she knows, and just one of the leaders as it relates to the social side of this team.
What great support to have your family and friends with you.
Alexandria Johnson, late addition to the Golden Tiger program, the senior from Little Rock, Arkansas. Transferred in from Queens University out of your area, Charlotte, North Carolina. And a big plus for Coach Wester as she gets congratulated. And I had a chance to meet her father, who's out there with her now, taking the picture with her at midcourt along with AD Reginald Ruffin.
One of the players that has really been a spark plug, energizer for this roster.
And LaDasia Hughley just down the road in Opelika. And got a cheering squad right behind us here. LaDasia transferred in from Old Dominion, and you talk about her being a spark plug. She has really provided that extra gear in terms of her play, but from that point guard position that they were so sorely missing a year ago.
Really a tone setter for this team. Energetic on both ends of the court. Whenever she's on the floor, she's giving you 110%.
And we should know what Coach Wester decided in terms of giving these seniors kind of a rare package. You'll see Nick Brown coming out to hand it to Coach Wester at midcourt. Got the jersey obviously wrapped inside and framed up there. That's something that the players will just treasure for the remainder of their lives. As Cyan Holmes, the grad student from Evanston, Illinois, she transferred into Tuskegee from Mississippi Valley State University and got valuable minutes coming into this program in her senior year.
Cyan Holmes has the largest entourage so far on the court.
Sure.
She's got an amen corner.
And Cyan, as a reference, coming out of the Mississippi Valley program. But you can see the basketball that each of the players have. They're wrapped up in a ceramic wrap right now, but all of them have the names on the white portion of the basketball has the name of the player, and obviously as seniors, and just a real big thank you and a nice gesture from Coach Wester in terms of choosing that gift along with the framed jersey.
Helani Cantone.
I can't say enough about Helani. A nemesis for Tuskegee for most of her college career, but she gets to finish in the crimson and gold, and she will have more basketball play ahead of her, even outside of her collegiate career, because she and
I love this.
Yeah, Jasmine just bringing the rest of the team with her, just recognizing how valuable they are to her in terms of her play, and that's Jasmine all the way. That gesture, I'm sure, generated by her. She never wants to be center stage, and she recognizes that it's all about team effort, and this is a great testament to it right here.
What a great display to have the rest of your teammates behind you on senior day. Great smile.
Jasmine, no doubt about it, just an outstanding person and a solid player for Tuskegee, and she's the one that'll get the biggest crowd here in terms of her cheer. Brittany Bolden spent almost of all of her career here at Tuskegee University, surpassed the 1,000 point mark in latter part of the season, so her name going to be etched in the annals of Tuskegee's women's basketball, and she's got, as we referenced, a big crowd behind her, and deservedly so.
I love those 1,000 point church fans that they have in support of her.
Yeah. Just has been a scoring machine, and you just have to wonder, had it not been for the fact that she had to take on a lot of the point guard effort from a year ago, just kind of what her point production would have been overall here at Tuskegee. But it's still a very impressive mark already. I think the last time we counted, she was like a 1,035 points, and that's prior to the last 2 ball games for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee.
Incredible achievement to surpass 1,000 points in the women's game.
A lot of that from behind the arc in terms of her three-point effort, but the better her ball skills got as she developed as a player, the more she was able to captain the floor and find spots across the floor to shoot.
And a nice touch. She got a golden basketball.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That sets you apart, huh? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. She is carrying that golden basketball for the Golden Tigers. I think that's more due to the fact that she had so many points as well for Tuskegee. Deservedly so. And there you see all of the team now to our right, the seniors, the 7 of those with their framed pictures down below. Boy, this is going to really be a nice shot.
It's a great shot.
Sure, indeed it is. All of the Tuskegee women's basketball program in terms of parents allowing their kids to play here. And a proud AD, Reginald Ruffin, just so excited to have these seniors, because that's all about the Tuskegee mantra. We play hard and we compete hard in the classroom as well. So this is a part of it with these seniors set to finish out their last year of academic work and to finish out the rest of this athletic season as well.
Well, the fact that they've been able to finish out this basketball season so strongly, the winning streak, and really playing well headed into the tournament.
Now Paul Carney going to give attention to the men's program and the seniors that are a part of the program for head coach Benchy Taylor and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Kevin Seasbury, the senior from Longthonia, transferred in from Chattanooga State Community College. The only thing you don't like about this picture is Kevin's got that knee brace on his left leg. Set out the last ball game against Central State, played in the HBCU All-Star Challenge out in Oakland, but did not play in the ball game before that. Took a slight slip in the All-Star Challenge game out in Oakland, so we'll see if he's actually going to be in the lineup for Tuskegee this afternoon against Spring Hill. But Seasbury, just a phenomenal season for him. And remember now, Kevin did not really get going last year until about halfway during the season. He had an injury that kept him out for the first half of the season. But he's certainly in line for SIAC postseason honors for Tuskegee.
Well, see him wearing that large brace on his left knee, so we'll keep a close eye on how he proceeds the rest of the season.
Evan Howell, the senior from Snellville, Georgia, getting the recognition here. Likely going to see Evan in the starting lineup for Tuskegee in this ball game. Does not register a lot of minutes for Tuskegee during the course of the season, but I know Benchy Taylor, and he's certainly going to use his opportunity to recognize all of his seniors here in the ball game. I had a chance to meet his father, Glenn. He's dressed in the crimson pullover, just coming next to Evan's left now. And all of them out from our area, Mark. They're out from Snellville, up in the Atlanta area, and Glenn just came all the way out to Oakland for that HBCU All-Star Challenge. Is great for him and the rest of the support for Tuskegee.
I think the best part of senior day, not the players, but the expressions on the faces of the family and friends who are just totally enjoying the moment of support.
And you look to our left, and coming out now is just the centerpiece for Tuskegee men's basketball for the last several years. DeAnthony Pennington, the senior from Kansas City, Missouri, transferred into Tuskegee from Pensacola State Junior College, and he has just been phenomenal for Tuskegee. You talked about the shoes that the players are wearing. They'll be wearing in the ball game this afternoon against Spring Hill, but those were shoes that were given to this team as a part of the NBA and the HBCU All-Star Challenge and NBA weekend. Got a little flash and glitter there from the West Coast, but deservedly so there for D.A. Pennington, because he has been the flash, splash, and glitter for Tuskegee basketball. Austin Taylor, the redshirt junior from Honolulu, Hawaii. So this is his final year of play for Tuskegee, and he'll get something special because his dad is head coach Benchy Taylor. So they'll do that embrace there as father and son. And Austin, just a player that only registers probably 7 or 8 minutes per ball game, but he can be relied on when Coach Taylor really needs to stabilize and give a sub in for Pennington or R.J. Walker in that lineup. A very steady player in Austin, where he does not cough that basketball very much up at all.
Check out the look on Dad's face.
And that is his other son, Otto, there as well. So he's got 2 sons that are here this afternoon. Of course, his wife, Deborah, there. Just recognizing her sons as a part of this Tuskegee program. They are a blended family, and Deborah just really has taken ownership of those 2 boys that you see to our right as a part of it. And of course, Chip Culpepper, double C, he has been the man off the bench for Tuskegee throughout his duration here at Tuskegee. You need a tough rebound. You need a guy that's going to defend. Any player that they had on the opposition roster that was a leading scorer, double C got the chance to defend them first, and usually came away with some solid results for Tuskegee in terms of his defensive effort. His father there to the left of Coach Taylor, and his mom to his left. just stalwarts. Almost every game they're here at home at Tuskegee and on the road just have been real solid supporters of Tuskegee basketball. And that's kind of rare when your son is not the starting player that you have that kind of support, but they have been just loyal supporters of Tuskegee throughout the course of Culpeper's stay here. There you see the 5-star seniors for Tuskegee University. Evan Howell, Kevin Sesberry, Chip Culpeper, D.A. Pennington, and Austin Taylor saying goodbye after today's ball game. But more action for them as we get into first-round play. Tuskegee can't take over the men's side of the west of the SIAC. So right now it'll be a question of whether they have a play-in playing as number 2, 3, or 4.
Well, you know this as well as anyone, Charles. It's one thing to be celebrated for being an athlete, but to finish 4 years of being a student athlete is really something special. The investment of time, hard work that goes into this, all these parents and friends, family should be celebrated as well, just for helping support these athletes to finish.
And finish they did. We recognize 1 senior cheerleader, 7 women's basketball players who are seniors, and 5 men basketball players who are seniors here at Tuskegee. We've seen the men play, or the women play. Now we're getting ready to watch the men in their final contest against the Badgers of Spring Hill on senior day here at Tuskegee. Take a break and get you set for men's action. All ahead here on GTSN. Make sure you stay with me and the guy who's doing all the push-ups here inside Chappie, James Mark Lassiter. More basketball ahead after the timeout.
Here at Tuskegee University, some of our historical figures like Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver, those are some of the people that created or started that Tuskegee experience.
This place is it's so different. You have a support system, a real support system. We may ball and parlay, but the most important thing we do is graduate. And after we graduate, we accelerate in everything we do.